What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Turf Today, recorded on the Superintendent Network and brought to you by Toro. Today is our final episode of the season, final episode of the year, and Brian and I are together in studio. And buddy, just looking at myself here, I'm wearing full
Morning.
Turf Today gear, right? I didn't realize
You are, man. You're all you got the
got all the
sweatshirt, the
logos on.
hat, the background. I got a little blanket going this morning. It's a little chilly in
Nice.
here.
Is it? Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's
Well,
like,
chilly for me is something different than you. So
yeah, maybe.
yeah, I
But
think it might be 40 outside right now, and the
still feels
fact that I'm
cold.
wearing shorts doesn't help. But
This time of year, though, like your body has to get acclimatized. So there's days when you're out there and it's freezing cold and it's not too
yeah,
bad. But then other days where it's like, it's not even that bad, but I'm freezing right now.
I know, I know, I know.
Yeah.
What's
And
cooking, man?
well, we've had a busy couple weeks up here. When we got our first dump of snow a few weeks ago, we thought, everything would kind of melt. It'll be a little bit of a false winter, and we'll be able to get everything done. And it has just stayed cold, and it is iced over. And I've seen videos and pictures of guys trying to chip ice off their greens and do whatever they can to get the greens cleared so they can spray. And so we're all kind of in the same situation. And a few people that went a little early, and a few people that are still fighting it right now. But it's just it's so hard to tell, right? It's so hard to time that stuff with member play or when you're shutting the course down, when you're doing your big work, and when you're letting your staff go, all that kind of stuff. And if you don't get the weather, you're in one. So we've been fighting, but we got everything sprayed, and I heard some of the courses down the roads got their tarps all on and stuff. So I don't know, it's feeling like it's starting to be winter time now.
I think it's here, man. I think it's here. It
Yeah.
looks like we're going to get a little winter blast this weekend too. So
Ooh.
it's definitely setting in.
Yeah. Well, and you guys just had Thanksgiving down there, and that's always kind of the big mark, right? Now everybody starts putting their Christmas decorations up and starts
Yeah.
preparing kind of for winter, right?
Yes, sir. Yep. I went out and run some errands this morning, and everyone's already starting to put them up.
Oh
So
yeah. Wasting
I'm
no
gonna
time.
I'm gonna keep watching the forecast to see when I get a 50-degree day that I can go out and do it. Otherwise, it's just going to be uplighting with red and green lights, and there will be
That's
no
it.
icicles on the house or
That's
nothing.
it.
Yeah, I feel bad for my kids, man. I wouldn't say a Grinch, but pretty close to it. It's like, guys, it's cold out. Unless you want to go hang these lights, you're on your own, boys.
Yeah.
We'll stick with uplighting.
Well, you guys might have missed your window then too. If it just stays too cold. Maybe
We'll
for
be all
next year.
right. We'll figure it out. One of the 14-year-olds said he would help me this year, so that would be nice.
There you go.
Either that or I'll just kind of hire it out and do those like they're doing the permanent lights now that,
Right.
the LEDs that change colors and all that kind of stuff. So I've been looking at some of those. They're a little pricey, but could be worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah, if you just get it done. We got a guy on our street that does
Yeah.
them, and he's done a few of the houses around here. It looks really good. So just get it done once, and then it's set for, however many years. And
Yep. Do it through your phone. Done.
yeah, there, away you go. Turn them off from bed. That's nice. Honey, did
Yeah.
we turn the Christmas lights off? Give me a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. My biggest thing with Christmas decorations is like Christmas is such a fun time, and you could buy all the decorations and do everything to your house, but it's 1 month. So what are we doing with all of this stuff for the other
Oh,
11 months, Like,
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sits in tubs down in the basement.
yeah, yeah, it's tough. My wife's always like, "Oh, let's get this, let's get that." Where are we putting that? Like, it
Yeah,
looks great on the porch for a month, but then where is it going?
that's right. But you guys have this nice new house, or you just, got all sorts of storage space, I would assume, right?
Well, it's funny
You have basements up
the
there.
way they built this house was just to maximize the amount of living space. So
Yeah.
like our furnace room in the basement is tiny, and like I got two sets of hockey gear and all my golf clubs and yeah, all these decorations and everything. So
Yeah.
and then like I talked about a few weeks ago, we're trying to get my wife's car in the garage, so that wouldn't be an issue. If you could just use the garage as your storage, just we'd be
Yeah.
fine. But if you're trying to get the vehicle in there, well now we got no room for anything. Like where do you even
Dude.
put the lawnmower?
Yeah, we
So
gave up on that stuff a long time ago.
did you?
Like
Yeah.
we know with 4 kids, like it's loaded down with scooters and bikes and you name it. And
Yeah.
plus I've still got all my old equipment in there from the green. But yeah, anyways.
The-
I did get a new garage door opener installed. So I used to have just the old chain one that would come up the middle.
Mhm.
So I got that replaced with it's called a jack shaft, the one that sits on the
Right on the
wall.
side.
Yep. So
Yeah.
now I open up all this room. So we got the hitting net getting going up right now.
Nice.
So now I just have to clear out a few things, and we've got a nice space where we can hit some balls. Might
That
get one
is
of those like
awesome.
Rapsodos or whatever, the little golf simulator things, the mini golf simulator things are like $600 or
So
something.
check. I think my wife might have jumped on this one, but the Garmin, like the mini Garmin, I
Yeah.
think they're down to $500 Canadian Black Friday right now. So
Ooh,
they're probably like
ooh,
three or $400
that's a
American.
great idea. I might have to go
Yeah,
check that out.
I think we might have one under the tree at this place. So it's exciting. But yeah, the side mounted garage door opener is key because then you got no
Yes.
room.
Huge. It's huge. Yeah. Last year when I set up the net, the last couple of years when I set up the net, we could take like half swings, which for me is great because I'm trying to shorten the swing anyways. So now I'm excited. I just have to find the time to clean out the garage.
Yeah, exactly. Get
Yeah.
back to that whole
Yeah.
clearance system.
Yes, sir. So we
So
doing a little season in review today?
yeah, I know we talked to a few different people about coming on and doing an interview, but with it being Thanksgiving weekend and everybody's kind of trying to either put their course to bed or, revamp for all the golf that's coming down to the south. So it's been a bit of a crazy week and we figured, kind of finishing the season off here. We usually take December off to kind of reset and get excited and plan for the new year. So just to kind of finish off the season, just do a little review of some of the things that we went through this year and some stuff we're planning for next year. And
Yeah, man. Well, I would say I want to start by first just apologizing to the folks at the Carolinas chapter. Obviously, it was certainly some stuff out of our control, just with all the travel issues that were going on during that time. So, apologize. We hyped it up. We were really excited to get down there and be a part of it. Just unfortunately, some things happened and um, didn't work out. But I already talked to Tim about next year, and we're going to come back bigger and better. So, looking forward to being down at Carolinas next year and being a part of that. But yeah, just sorry we couldn't make it down. A lot of friends were texting me during the conference and looked like it was another great time. Had a lot of FOMO that week,
oh,
but it worked out. I had some stuff that I had to do personally that has been 2 years in the making. Finally, with my son's incident, so it was already a bit of a time crunch. It was already going to be a little different than I was hoping, but it all worked out, and yeah, just look forward to getting down there next year.
yeah, we're definitely going to plan better for that one next year. I know it was a little bit not last minute, but we did kind of plan that one a little bit later. And then everything with the travel restrictions, man, I fought United so hard on that.
Yeah,
We wanted to make it work
yeah,
so badly, but it was a very, very frustrating week. And yeah, FOMO for sure. We feel so bad we couldn't be there after hyping it all up and just getting to see all the pictures and all our friends and different people doing things. The guys at the Turf Bowl and some of our sponsors doing stuff. It was really, really tough
yeah,
not to be there. And we got a lot of great messages from people. Nobody was pissed off or mad at us or mean or anything like that. Everybody was very supportive. And we wanted to be there as badly as everybody wanted us to be there as well. So we can't wait for next year. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're already starting to plan some stuff with Tim and Angie and everybody on the team there. And, we get to see everybody down in Orlando. And if you missed that one, hopefully next year we'll see it at the Carolinas.
yep, yep, absolutely.
Turf Today is brought to you by Toro. When it comes to innovation in turf care, no one does it quite like Toro. From precision mowers to advanced irrigation systems, Toro's equipment is built to perform day after day, season after season. Whether you're maintaining a championship golf course or a local muni, Toro delivers the reliability and results you can count on. Trusted by turf professionals around the world, Toro continues to push the industry forward because great conditions start with great equipment. Toro. Always solving. Always evolving. It was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, you announced a new position for yourself.
Yeah, just last week, kind of finalized it. It's been a couple weeks in the making here, kind of going back and forth. But yeah, just jumping on board because I didn't have enough going on. Figured
Yeah.
I'd go ahead and add one more thing to the plate. So yeah, going to be helping out Super Scratch as foundation director here, and just kind of help them. They've been volunteer run for the last 5 years since they first started, and they're at the point now where they needed some help, and things are kind of working out in my schedule and being a little more intentional with my travels next year, that I knew I'd have a little time to dedicate to it. And we've told the story on here several times of what Super Scratch is, so hopefully everyone knows. But I think the first time I went out, I think I heard of Super Scratch maybe 2 years ago, and last year went out to their invitational in Philly, and really got to learn what it was all about, and was just blown away by the foundation, and most importantly, the people that run the foundation, and what their goal is, and how they're generating funds to give scholarships to students, and just was just blown away. And so I've had just some conversations with them on and off. And, if it was this time last year where they were looking for someone, there would have been absolutely no way I could have done it. But yeah, no, I had some conversations with Andrew Mason, their president, and Scott Bordner, their VP, and just other board members there. And timing worked out. And so, yeah, now I'm excited to jump on board and kind of help them expand nationally and potentially internationally, and um, start doing, helping them out with their mission, and generating funds that we can then donate to turf scholarships and get more people involved in this industry. So yeah, pumped, man.
Well, it's such a great organization, and it's the future of what we're doing, right? Being able
Yeah.
to push kids through school and raise awareness for what we're doing and get clubs involved. So it's so important. I remember how motivated we were after Scott talking to Scott and hearing from
Oh
Tim and
yeah.
just about everything they're doing. So, we both want to be involved and help out and grow that. So the fact that you can kind of be there and man the wheel, I think is going to be great for everybody, and helps our show, helps everything we're doing, and it helps
Yeah.
supporting Greenkeepers moving forward. So,
Yeah.
anybody else out there that's interested, we've said it before, it's such a great organization to get involved with. So start those conversations at your course because it's going to be growing.
Yeah, and that's one of the things kind of on my radar, is to create tools so that superintendents can get some tools in their hands and take it directly to their board. So if it's a video we create, that's essentially a video presentation that you can share with your greens committee, and talk about the why, talk about the shortage of people coming into this industry, the incredible decline in people enrolled in turfgrass management, looking to become superintendents. Tell that story and talk about how this foundation is really helping. Because that's the cool thing. And again, for our regular listeners, they've heard the story before, but for anyone kind of tuning in the first time, I mean, the thing for me that excites me the most is our turfgrass scholarships, for the most part, have been, I would say, 95% funded from inside the turf industry. So whether it's a superintendent chapter, it's a statewide turf foundation, someone like Tora, whatever it is, contributing to these funds, it's primarily all been generated from within our industry, which is great. It's a place to start, but ultimately superintendents impact the game of golf, right? No superintendents, no golf courses. And the more you can help tell that story to your membership, tell them that, there's already challenges filling assistance roles. There's already a declining pipeline there. Positions that used to get 50 to 70 applicants are getting 5 to 7. It's insane. I hear it all around the country. And so, with this, it's telling the story to members, and then it's getting clubs involved, getting amateur golfers involved, getting them to help the cause, getting them to help promote what we do, getting them, ultimately too, it helps the superintendent that's there already, because it
Mhm.
raises awareness of what they do on the golf course, by coming to them and showing them what they do, to having the conversations. It builds your profile at the golf course too. So it not only is helping raise money for kids pursuing this as a career, but it's also raising your profile at the club, and getting you to be more visible at your club, which is something we've struggled with basically from the dawn of time. So it's unique. It's fun. They've got great events. We're going to be doing events all around the country this year. It's a way to go spend a day. The events are usually superintendents paired with an amateur player, hence Super Scratch. That's where they got the name, a superintendent paired with a scratch player from your club. That's how the invitational started. And it's just, it's fun. It's nice to get one of your members out and interact with your peers. They get to interact with their buddies from their other clubs and all that kind of stuff too. It's a good time. Like I said, it's been solely volunteer driven. I know I'm rambling right now. Andrew Mason, who's the president of this thing, he's a former Pennsylvania State Open champion, just an amateur golfer with a normal day job. And he's got more passion for this thing than anyone I've seen. It's incredible. He understands the need, and he's so driven to make this thing a reality and turn it into a nationwide turf scholarship organization. And yeah, just so excited to be a part of it. So appreciate you bringing that up, and looking forward to this show, hopefully helping out and helping to increase awareness and do all that kind of stuff as well. And yeah, it's going to be a fun ride.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of people too. And I know we
Yeah.
started a mini version of this year at our course. It's something that any
Cool.
course could do. We had a turf tournament at the end of the year. It was the last event of the season. We called it the Turf Revenge. So we did have
Yeah.
some fun holes and some different things on the course to make it a little bit more exciting. But what we did is it was all on the turf staff. So we got to design it all. We got to do it all. It was all advertised as this is for turf. Everybody played, a bunch of our members played, a bunch of families and friends came out and played. And it was such a fun day to just talk about the golf course. And everybody had questions, everybody had different ideas, and we're talking about things and laughing. And it was just a fun day and no pressure. It was like the team that ended up winning was a few over, and we're pretty sure they cheated. But like at the end of the day, it was just a fun event. And
Yeah.
so I went to work the other day and there was an envelope on my desk, and every single turf worker got $320 cash
Yeah.
from that
That's
tournament.
awesome.
So they took all that money and they turned around and they gave it to each member of the staff. And so it's $300 that goes to Christmas presents for
Yeah.
everybody on the staff. And that, brings people back. It really, gets that camaraderie going. It makes people proud to be at that club. So if you can start something small like that, that really helps raise the awareness. It gets people asking those types of questions that you can have those conversations with over a beer or standing on a tee box and that kind of thing, where it's not very much pressure. And we had a lot of fun with it. So it's a mini version of what the Super Scratch is going to be doing, really raising
Yeah.
that awareness and getting people to understand what really goes on the golf course and how much manpower it really takes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I know a lot of clubs do that. Well, they'll do, some sort of superintendent revenge tournament at the end of the year, or maybe just maybe it's not a revenge event. It's just, a fundraiser for the
Hmm.
turf program, or the agronomy team there. And, whether that money goes into their pockets like it did in your case, or, a lot of clubs will do that as a fundraiser to put into capital investments,
Hmm.
and it goes into whatever account they've got set aside, and it helps them generate money for new equipment or whatever it may be. I mean, there's all sorts of things that can really just help the overall cause, and again, bring some awareness to what they're doing, show appreciation for what they're doing, because obviously no one knows a property better than the superintendent and the maintenance team. um, I mean, no one works harder at the golf course. I'm sorry to say it, but I'm pretty sure it's the case.
It's a pretty good.
Puts in more time and all that. I mean, look, I was an assistant pro too, and it pales in comparison to the hours and all that kind of stuff that superintendents do. No disrespect to the pro side or GM or F&B or anything like that. I mean, everyone, it's all a team effort within the club, but you know, sun up to sundown, those guys are always there, and they care about those golf courses, which are the biggest assets at any golf facility. It's just, yeah, we've said it time and time again. I mean, it's just such a great business, great people, care so much about the courses, to the point to where people think of the golf courses as theirs.
Mhm.
It's could be a dangerous thing, because it's not. It's still
Yeah.
it's the members club, or the players or the owner or whoever, but they're the caretakers. So it's fun. I was doing the math, and you talk about, you do a fundraiser like that, you get $300 or something into your guy's pocket. So I'm sitting there doing the math, working on some things for Super Scratch. In the United States, there are four roughly 4,500 private clubs.
Wow.
Okay. So a lot of these clubs that are currently supporting Super Scratch will just bill their members $10 a year. Okay. $10 a year.
Hmm.
Like I said in one of the videos, that's 2 cookies at the turn. It's basically a beer or a mixed drink at the 19th hole. If we get 10% participation from just private clubs in the country, that's 450 clubs. There's an average of 350 members at a club. If every single one of those clubs build their members $10, that's 100 and let's say it's 157,000 members, I think is what it came down to. $10 a piece. They donate that to Super Scratch. That's $1,570,000 that can go towards turfgrass scholarships.
That's insane.
There's
Over
a
$1 million.
thousand kids. Yeah, there's 1,000 kids enrolled in turfgrass programs right now. Like every single student could be funded
Hmm.
that's going into this industry. And one of the obstacles that you see in the research, that's why kids aren't getting into it, it's because they don't want to come out of school with debt and go on to make $40,000 as an assistant or whatever it may be, which that's a whole nother debate on pay scale and all that. But if we can help kids leave college with zero debt, I mean, that you're overcoming one hurdle right there. And so, again, that's just 10% participation at just $10.
Right.
You do $50 for a member. You throw it on their bill in November, December, whatever it is. Like, holy moly! Like, you're going to be able to raise a crap ton of money. I mean, let me pull this up. I was just doing this. Sorry, I'm really going on a tangent. So let's say, okay, so $25 per member, you're at almost $4 million. 450 clubs, just 10% participation, $25 a member, you're at almost $4 million.
What are you going to do with the extra money?
Dude, every single student going to study turf that wants to be a superintendent could basically get a full ride.
Yeah.
Yep. $50 a member, you're at almost $8 million.
That's insane.
That's
a golf course
annually. Annually. Like there's just, I mean, it's like, I mean, for me, it's just a no-brainer. And you look at Evans Scholars, Jay Wood Platt, all these different caddy scholarships that are basically already doing this.
Mm-hmm.
They're sending kids from their clubs to school on full rides with housing, books, all that, tuition, everything. Like, imagine if we could do that on the superintendent side. It's just
sounds like it's
blows my
a
mind
reality.
that we haven't done this yet.
Yeah, well, sounds like it's going to happen, man. Like the more people that jump on, you just get everybody involved, and especially a lot of these guys we've talked to, they have a lot of hand at their course, right? So you can get those guys involved.
They do.
Makes it happen.
I put a message, I put a video out there on socials the other day. Like it all starts with a conversation. Every superintendent that I know has a great relationship with at least one member of their club.
Mm-hmm.
One member that understands what they do, that appreciates what they do, that's going to the plate and battling for them anytime something comes up. Take this to that one member. Let them be the advocate for you if you're not comfortable doing it. Take it to the next Greens Committee meeting. Like it's so important for the long-term success of our golf courses. So important. It's just a no-brainer. And it's, again, if you do that model where you get $50 from every member at your club, which, I mean, I've been a member at clubs, and I don't want to come off the wrong way, but like there have been so many times where I just look at my bill, I write the check, and it's gone. Like you don't question it. Like, oh yeah, all right, I probably did have 12 beers on the golf course that day. Whatever, that's fine. It's just like, all right, no big deal. Like it's,
what's this $50 for? Well, it's for the superintendent. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just, I don't know. I've had these. I've just in the last week, I've been sharing the story and talking to people about it, and they're like, oh yeah, that's a no-brainer. Like, why are we not doing this?
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, sorry to run out there on a tangent there. We've been talking about it now for like
Oh,
20
it's
minutes,
all
but
good stuff. And
it's important.
we can transition, continuing talking about careers. One of our great partners this year, Tyler Bloom, they've done so much for the community and, getting people ready for jobs, helping place people with jobs, helping golf courses be able to find the right people. And, that's been going very well. I talked to Tyler the other day, and I can't really give anything away, but keep an eye on their social media and what they're doing because they're about to launch something really big. They are a great partner of ours. We're going to continue to, help with what they have going on. They're going to continue to help with the community, but they have something really big coming, and I don't even think you're going to have to pay for it. So it's going to be really good.
Yeah, Tyler's been a friend for a long time. His heart is certainly in the right place. Obviously he's got a business to run, but ultimately he's here to help people continue to move along in their careers, find the right fit. And yeah, excited to see what he's got coming up.
Hey, this is Mike from Standard Golf Company. As we flip the calendar moving into December and wrap up what's been an incredible year across the turf industry, we at Standard Golf just want to say thank you for an amazing 2025. From custom flags to the unmatched precision of our Hammer Strike hole cutter to fully customized laser cut tee markers and durable maintenance tools, and so much more, our team has been proud to support superintendents and golf pros all around the world. We're grateful to be a sponsor of the Turf Today podcast in 2025 and look forward to supporting superintendents, golf pros, and Turf Today in 2026. From all of us at Standard Golf Company, happy holidays, and we'll see you next year.
The other thing I wanted to just highlight from this year was the success of our Rolling with the Green section segments or special episodes that we did. We did 4 this year with 8 different agronomists. Thought they were all really cool, really great interviews. Sparked a lot of questions. I know I heard from people that would go back and read the articles after listening to the interview, which is always fun. And then I heard from a number of people that have signed up for the Green section record because of the episodes. And like we always say, it is free and it's written by all of these top professionals in our industry. So, and they're easy reads. It's not like you're going on
Yep.
and reading for half an hour, 45 minutes, and it's all tough scientific English. It's easy to read, it's quick, and you will learn something. So,
Yep.
yeah, I thought that went really well this year. We're looking forward to continuing that on, and I think with that, a lot of good came with that because sometimes we don't have a ton of education on our show. So to be able to have some episodes like that where there's a lot of stuff, I think is really important. And I know I always learn a ton of stuff from those guys too.
Oh, absolutely. Right. You always learn something. I mean, again, like you said, it's a free resource for superintendents and it's information coming from people that see over 100 golf courses every year. They see it all. And anytime that I do any kind of interviews or anything like that with them, they talk about the team and how, if you're doing a USGA CCS visit, a course consulting service visit, if there's a problem that the person on site doesn't understand or may not know right off the top of their head, the chances are one of the other team members knows. They've got guys with decades of experience running championship events. They've got guys with experience of all sorts of turf grass varieties, whether it's cool season, warm season, whatever it may be. They've got researchers, they've got, you name it. They've got anything you could possibly imagine. If you need help with member or member communication, if you need help with negotiations, if you need help with club politics, these guys have seen it all. They've seen it all. And so they, again, just cannot be, I can't preach it enough. It's just, there's such a great resource for superintendents. And I know a lot of times, when a club asks for a CCS visit, whether it's, usually coming or maybe come from outside the superintendent, maybe the board says, hey, we want the USGA to come in, and there could be some animosity. I don't know if that's the right word or not, but, superintendent may look at it as, well, why are you bringing someone else in to look? It's like, guys, this is a resource for you. They are going to be an advocate for you. They are going to come in. They are going to have the conversations with you. They're going to learn about what your problems are. They're going to learn about your challenges. They're going to learn about what you want on your property, and they're going to work with you. So they are a great resource to have on your side. And oh, by the way, they've got that USGA name
Yeah.
tied to them. And so a golfer may not know GCS AA, but they're going to know USGA, right? And so when you get that USGA logo behind one of those reports that comes back, and from a person that again is going to be an ally and going to help tell your story, I mean, just you can't ask for anything better. Just such a great advocate to have on your side, kind of helping get what you need at your facility.
Very, very important. And like a lot of the partners that we work with, the USGA is growing the game in many different ways. We got to move things over to Toro and talk about some of the things they have going on right now. Obviously, the 100th anniversary of the GCS AA conference this year.
Gonna be
So
big.
Orlando's going to be massive. Apparently, the Toro booth is going to be even bigger. And they say that every year, and it takes up more and more space on the floor every year. So apparently, they're putting a lot of money and resources into this one. There's going to be some cool stuff. We can't give it away, but there's going to be some really cool stuff in their booth. They're going to be giving some stuff away. We are going to be giving some stuff away. We're going to have some cameras rolling down there. So this is going to be a very, very good opportunity for you guys to come to the show this year, see all the stuff that Toro has. There's two things this year that you've never seen from Toro that are going to be there, which I, again, can't give anything away, but two things that you've never seen from them are going to be there. And so we're very excited about that. We're going to have the cameras rolling down there. So if you want to come down and get on Instagram or get something recorded for the podcast, we're going to have lots of things going on down there. That's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, can't wait, man. Can't wait for the show. It's hard to believe it's right around the corner.
It is. I know geez, we're 2 months away. It's flying
Yeah.
up here.
Yep. Yep. It's hard to believe it'll be here before we know it. It's once we get past Thanksgiving here in the States, it rolls right into Christmas, and then it rolls right into to conference. So
Mhm.
it's just around the corner. And like you said, yeah, I mean, Toro's booth, it's just a freaking gathering spot every single year, right? I mean,
It is.
whenever you go down there, that reception desk that you go to check in for your appointment or whatever, it's always buzzing right around there. And now they're adding some space, and we'll have a little spot where we can post up for a little bit and do some interviews, give some stuff away, see some cool new stuff from Toro. It's going to be rocking and rolling, and they've got autonomous out in the marketplace already.
They do.
So
They do.
that's exciting, man. That's exciting. It's something they've been talking about for a while. They've got their autonomous fairway mowers out in the field. A
Mhm.
couple clubs already rocking and rolling with the Toro autonomous fairway mowers. So can't wait to hear some of that feedback, and I can't wait to see that in person. I'm gonna make a visit at some point down there and check one of those things out. So it's been in the works, like we said, for a while. They've been working out the kinks. I know every time they were close, they thought of something else, so they put some time into it. They literally thought about everything. And, I remember talking to Tubbs about it. It's like, well, what happens if there's a stick, or what happens if a bird flies in front of it, or something like that? It's like they've thought of everything. So can't wait to see those babies in the field.
Yeah, no, that was big last year, getting to see a couple of the machines they had, and they're going to beef it up even more. And from our side of things, we've had some positivity, people that really like them, they see the benefits, and, they're going to be able to use them sooner rather than later. And then there is the other side. There's a lot of negativity. People don't think they're going to get to use them for a long time. They don't really understand, all of the moving parts around them. So there is some negativity, and especially with social media, people love to put their opinions out there. So they, as much love as they do get some hate on some of that stuff, but it's just going to take time. It's like anything. If you don't understand it, or you don't physically have it yourself, you tend to lean more towards the negative. So it's something that's going to take time. Everyone's saying, well, it's taking the jobs away from the fairway mowers and stuff like that. And part of that is true, but there are so many more benefits to having a machine like this on your golf course. And once you're able to use it and experience it, I'm sure you're going to come around. So it's going to take some time. It's so new. It's such a new baby for them. And, the future's bright for what they're working on.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I see frequently is many people are afraid to be the early adopters.
Yeah.
A lot of people in this industry, and rightfully so. I understand it. You don't want to be the first one to bring something on, and if it doesn't work, it's
And what?
yeah, you get your tail tucked between your legs walking away. But I think this is something, like I said, they've really been spending a lot of time on. Yeah, okay, they've been teasing it for a while, and people have been getting anxious and antsy, and when's it coming? You've been talking, when's it coming? Well, it's here.
Yeah,
It's here.
they're out there.
It's
Yeah.
here. And it's not taking a job away from anyone. It's filling a void of, again, like we talked about, it's hard to find a lot of people, and with rising labor costs and all that kind of stuff, the ROI is going to be there. So that person that was mowing a fairway is going to have the ability to go do something else. So, there's lots of application, may not be for everyone, and that's perfectly fine. There's plenty of other options that they provide that are, the best of the best. So, yeah, no, again, just it's here. It's going to change the game. There's no question in my mind. It's going to change. It's going to change things, and I think for the better. Hell, people have been talking about it for 10 years. Even just on lawns.
Yeah,
just mowing a home lawn. And what that's going to do. And I'd love to get one, quite frankly. But yeah, I mean, it's here. It's the future is reality, and it's going to make an impact. So can't wait to see and hear about what the latest and greatest is with those. And again, like you mentioned, they're going to have a couple other new pieces in there that are pretty exciting, getting ready to roll in the market. So can't wait for what is that going to be? It's like the end of January, February, beginning of February. So
yeah,
and the tournament, which will be
the tournament,
the tournament, and some of the fun stuff.
Yeah. I can't wait for the tournament, playing a few of those different courses and getting to see all the guys again. The show is fun. The show floor is a great time, but the tournament is a big aspect of going down there and being a part of that all. And it's a big part for me.
Yeah, I think I saw an email the other day where some of the formats are sold out, but it looked like they still had some openings, maybe in the scramble format, which
nice.
I think is an absolute blast. Just played with Matt Pauli from Standard Golf just a couple of days ago, and I was reminiscing about our time with Lind out there and how much fun we had out there with Lind. It was a great time.
Such a beauty. Yeah, I was talking to those guys the other day. I don't know if he was telling you, but they're talking about maybe doing a Standard Golf versus Par 8 golf tournament next year. So kind of all their guys against all their guys, and some of the pros and superintendents and stuff, and they're talking about making a trophy that's half a hammer strike and half a high-o. So that'd be kind of cool. And so Mikey's like, man, you guys got to come out for that. And I'm like, Iowa? You're inviting us to Iowa? He's like, yeah. I'm like, how far is that from Field of Dreams? He's like, it's an hour. I'm like, all right, me and my dad are coming. 100% we're coming.
Sold. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we got to make our way down to that. If I could get my old man to the Field of Dreams park, that would be bucket list. We'd be good. Yeah. We'd be all set. So that'd be a cool one to do with those guys. They've been fantastic. We've talked a lot about the hammer strike this year. There's been a lot of positivity coming out of their corner, people using them. They've sent a bunch out to some influencers and some different greenkeepers and stuff, and some of the videos and some of the reviews on it have been fantastic. So I didn't get mine this year. It's a little bit of a shot at those guys, but apparently in the spring it's coming. So
Matt, Mike, come on, guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I got to see it in the field when we were down
border issue this year.
No, I get it. I was down at we were at Briggs Ranch and got to see the hammer strike in action. That's a cool tool. Lightweight, less expensive than some of the competition. Great tool. Cuts a great cup. They were money, perfectly level.
Nice.
Just money. So got some great footage of that, and the what is it, the SG, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but
the pro, the big guy.
Yeah, the big guy. That sucker's, it's a beast. Again, just another great tool, something for everybody, man. We were talking, 100%. He's like, they've got something like 4,800 SKUs or something in their catalog.
Wow.
Oh my god, dude.
I still think the laser cut tee markers is unbelievable though. Like every golf course should have those. And the fact that you can get them, I think they're $25 each compared to like going to a metal shop and having them custom made. And Mike was saying, if you order cups and flags, I think they're $20 each. So
really,
get on that. And they said they can do
Oh,
any color, any logo. It's all 3D
yep,
done on the computer and stuff. So that's changing the game. If you still have
yeah,
red and blue T markers out there, go and get nice custom ones with your logo on them. Get a couple
yep.
extra because they probably will get stolen too.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I was literally having a conversation with the guy, well, going back to Super Scratch, looking to upgrade some flags and get some T markers for all the different events. And I pulled that up, and the one they had with on the website with their SG logo. I'm like, guys, we got to do this with the Super Scratch logo, and it would be so freaking good. It's like done, done. And inexpensive, like $25 for a laser cut metal T marker. Are you kidding me?
Crazy. Yeah. For
Yeah.
how much we spend on accessories and different things at the course, that's a
Yeah.
pretty good package. That'll last you years too. You just put a new
Yeah.
coat of paint on those things every winter, every
Oh
couple
man.
winters, and away
So
you go.
good. So good.
Yeah.
But
From the Andersons, leaders in turf innovation, comes the SR 2000 Pro rotary spreader. Built for professionals who demand precision, power, and zero compromise. With the Andersons' patented cone system and edgewise side spread control, you'll get perfectly even coverage. No streaks, no waste. Its heavy-duty stainless steel frame and maintenance-free gearbox are made to last season after season. The 80-pound hopper, fast action shutoff, and quick setup keep you efficient and on schedule. When you spread with confidence, your turf certainly shows it. The SR 2000 Pro from the Andersons. We are back with another Ask the Agronomist segment featuring PhD agronomist Tony Goldsby from the Andersons. Our question today comes in from Jake Johnson. As an agronomist, how would Dr. Tony do as a superintendent? What would be his biggest hurdle? Is this a good pathway to becoming a superintendent, or does it usually work the other way around? Apologies for the long-winded question. Love the show, boys. Learning something every week from Dr. Tony.
Awesome question, and thanks again for submitting them every week. It's always funny to see what the following is gonna come up with, and this is certainly an interesting one. And I think it's something I certainly joked with. I had a couple colleagues that I went to school with in graduate school that were obviously previously assistant superintendents or had worked on a golf course for a long time, and I joke with them that I could definitely make it. I think at least a couple weeks, right? Especially since most of them kind of have it on autopilot around there, and I already know how many things that you guys have to juggle at once. So, it would be definitely a challenge for me, especially given my pack, but my passions as being an agronomist. But, if I had to break it down to like, what do I do different than a superintendent from an agronomist perspective? I obviously live in a kind of a world of, diagnose and recommend, right? So it's usually not quite as adaptable or needed to be adaptable as the superintendent world, which is absolutely around executing. And then, you don't know what's going to come, whether it be weather, budgets, staffing. And I don't have a full T sheet that I have to accommodate every single day to make sure that, things are going to go down the way that you need to from a management perspective. So I would say my biggest hurdle to being a successful, superintendent would definitely be patience, right? Like agronomists obviously love perfect data, long trials, and have, plenty of time to be able to make decisions. And superintendents have to make those game time calls every single day, right? Whether it's, storms rolling in or something. We were just talking about this with up in your neck of the woods, Adam, right? You got to make those, questions, those answers right there on the spot, right? And do what's best for the course and for what your data set is, and certainly something as a guy that's rooted in agronomy more, I'd love to have more time to be able to put that answer together. As far as kind of wrapping that up and what's the best pathway, I think it's probably usually the other way around, right? So great agronomists like myself have spent some time in the trenches, but not nearly as much as assistants or supers before moving into, the type of role that I'm in today. But, I think the reverse could start to happen more and more, right? Because again, a strong agronomic background, certainly if you go and do the things that you need to, like get leadership experience and communication skills, right? So you can work with, the board or your teams that you're managing there, you can absolutely set somebody up for success running a golf course that way just as much as you could, coming more through the traditional ranks, if you will, working on the course itself. So I think always you just have to, respect the human and operational side of it. And, I always like to joke with myself, right? Turf grass isn't grown in spreadsheets. So I'm getting pretty good at those, but maybe sometimes the management skills might be a little rustier than they used to be back in the day.
Well, if you want to go on and become a superintendent, Tony, I'm sure you could, but we're happy that you're an agronomist and you're here with us to teach and educate the next generation of superintendents or maybe agronomists.
There you go.
This wraps up another Ask the Agronomist segment featuring Dr. Tony Goldsby from the Andersons. The other thing, I'd say one of our major highlights from the show this year was our Ask the Agronomist segment, which started off with Ben Pease. And then when Ben moved on to a different company, we brought on Tony Goldsby. And Tony is fantastic. Not that Ben wasn't great, but Tony has just been very, very engaged. He's taught me a lot of stuff. I know he's taught our listeners a lot of stuff. We've had some great questions from people, and this is something that we are going to continue doing. So reach out to us with your questions. We might not get it on right away. If it's something you're planning for in the future, try and get it to us a little bit early. But yeah, that's been a great ad because when our show first started and we were doing this, it was all about the interviews and talking about different things, and there wasn't a ton of education. So along with the USGA stuff, the things we're doing with the Andersons have really helped kind of up the education portion of our show, and Tony's fantastic too. I have a ton of fun recording with him, and he's all in. So that'll continue. And Anderson's dropping the Pro Spreader. I just opened it up and used it the other day for the first time. What a piece of equipment!
It's like Christmas
already
for you.
It's already a great spreader. It's already a great piece of equipment for the course. Everybody uses it. They just made it better, and they put all of the handles, all the switches, all up top, and it's just they're making great stuff, and they've been a great partner of ours. So we're looking forward to continuing everything with them as well.
No, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I haven't been as involved in those conversations with you guys, but hopefully next year I can get a little more involved with some of the Ask the Agronomist segment. Yeah, I'm still in a food coma from yesterday, I think.
Oh, I bet you guys go so hard down there for American Thanksgiving.
Dude, my wife just went ballistic. It was so good. And we took it so easy. We got a pre-cooked turkey. Oh yeah. Just a turkey breast, just sliced it up. Oh my gosh. It was my least favorite part of Thanksgiving is always carving a turkey. And we did some brisket. We pre-ordered some brisket. So it took the easy way out. It didn't have time to cook it.
Yeah.
So we did that with some turkey. Oh man, it was just pop it in the oven for 45 minutes, ready to go. Done.
Nice
and easy.
What would be your top 3 Thanksgiving foods?
My top 3, turkey with some gravy.
Gravy's a free one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's everything. Everything with gravy. I had 2 plates. I had 2 plates. I had a plate with turkey, stuffing, and mashed potatoes, where it's just I probably should have just used a bowl and just pour the gravy in it there to make like a Thanksgiving soup.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say, turkey, stuffing, and green bean casserole.
Always a green bean casserole guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Those are my go-tos. What's yours when you guys do your Canadian?
I don't love turkey. I know it's a good meat. It's one of my favorite lines. They did this NHL thing where they interviewed all the guys and they're like, what's your favorite meal? What's your favorite thing at Thanksgiving? And one of the guys goes, I actually don't like it. Like we eat it twice a year. He goes like, if I actually liked it, I would eat it more often. Like we would make it every weekend. But he goes like, I don't even really like it. I don't even think it's that great. So I don't know. I've always been kind of on that side of things where it's just like, it's not the best meal. However, I love the cranberries. I'm a big cranberries guy. So you get the cranberries mixed in there with the turkey and the stuffing and the mashed potatoes and the gravy. That's where it does it for me. Mm-hmm. There's some places too that'll do like a Thanksgiving burger or Thanksgiving sandwich where they put the stuffing and the gravy and the cranberries on the sandwich. Yeah. I'd rather have one of those than sit down and try and fight the whole plate.
That's a good idea. That might be in my future for lunch with all the leftovers.
If you got leftovers,
I get little turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing sandwich. Some gravy. Oh man.
Yeah.
Maybe an open face turkey sandwich with all that stuff on it. Oh man.
Bad idea.
Now we're talking.
Heat it up. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can fit anything else in my belly right now. Still stuff from yesterday.
It's a fun time of year. We do it up
Yeah.
decently here in Canada, but whenever I'd be down in the States playing hockey, like Thanksgiving
Oh
was
yeah.
it was a big one. It's
Oh
everything
yeah.
would stop. Life would stop for
Oh yeah.
Thanksgiving.
So good. So
Yeah.
good.
And now we have Black Friday, which is just
My
everybody's
email's
doing it.
blowing up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's everything.
Yep.
So, but it's a good time to get your kids Christmas gifts if you got to.
It certainly is.
Best time of year for that. The other two companies we have to thank this year are Apex 10 by Green Nature and Flash Weather AI. Both been fantastic partners. Both have products right now that are really, really working. I know the guys over at Flash, their app's about 3 or 4 months old now, and more and more people keep downloading it. As we go into winter, it won't be as important for some people, but coming into the spring, as you're getting your course going, it's going to be very, very important to have something like that. So do a little research over the winter at what you want to use for your weather app because this is one of the top ones right
Right.
now, and you can get it on any phone, any platform, and everybody that I've showed it to has loved it. So Flash Weather AI, go on and download that one today.
Yeah. Rainy season around the corner, springtime's always one of those wet times of the year, and the models that they've created and their accuracy is just better than anything I've seen. So definitely download that tool. It's a game changer.
It's a good one. And then
Yeah.
going over to Apex, they've had a great year, sold a lot of products. They've put some time and effort into marketing. It's hard having a fertilizer company. There's so many different companies out there. You have so much competition. But at the end of the day, these guys have a great organic product that's not very expensive and it can be mixed into a lot of different tanks. And the people that have got the product this year and used it on their course, everybody has nothing but positive things to say. Some people have even found that they've saved money by not having to use extra products and extra sprays. This is something that we're seeing is very important to put down in the fall because it's all readily available in the spring. If you miss your fall application, you can just bang it out in the spring and it's all going to be right there as well. So, a lot of positive things coming from them. The message I had from them last week was that they're looking for more people next year to try the product, do testimonials, make some videos and stuff like that. So, if you feel like you got the time and you want to do some of that kind of stuff, reach out to us or reach out to Apex on Instagram, and we'll get you connected with some products, and you can talk to Tom and hopefully get some content made for them next year.
I was gonna say you hit it right there. I mean, the products are great, obviously, but Tom's just a beaut,
Oh,
just an absolute
legend.
beaut.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah,
he is.
any opportunity you get to interact with Tom, you're gonna leave with a smile on your face. The man is just an absolute legend.
And he is so smart. Like we talked to
Yep.
some of these agronomists, and I'll
Yep.
give them credit, they're smart guys, but Tom, oh boy, he understands the science. So even if you want to get on and have a conversation with him about his product or about what you might have going on in your soil, he will talk to you all day long. Reach out to Apex Town on Instagram.
We've had a lot of guests on the show. What's your highlight from Turf Today 2025?
That's difficult. There's been a lot. Getting to talk to some of our leaders in the industry. We started the year off talking to Jay-Z, and we got to talk to
Gosh, was
Paul.
that a year ago almost?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
And then getting to speak with people like Paul Latshaw this year was incredible. And I think those interviews are ones that people can go back for a long time. My wife asked me this question the other day. She goes, if you guys stopped doing the show tomorrow, how long would people listen to the show for? Would it be there for 20 years? People would keep going back to it. And I don't think all the episodes, and that's not a knock on the different people that have been on. I don't think it's a show people would pick up and just listen to all the way through. But if you started seeing some of the names that were on there, there are some really, really important things that were said on the show. And there's some really, really good life lessons. So getting to talk to some of those guys was fantastic. My highlight this year, though, there was one interview that stands out, and you know which one it was. It's one that I think
It's
about.
going to be the same as mine.
I think about it every day, every single day, and I can't
Yeah.
wait to see him again the next time we get to meet him or see him in person or talk to him on here. It's somebody that's going to help this industry a lot, I think, in the future, and that was Sean Bacon.
Yep. No, I agree. I mean, I think about that interview same almost every single day. The guy just had so much insight about leadership, about perseverance, just so impactful. Again, I try to listen to that interview at least once a week now, go back to it, and just gets me pumped up. gets me think about what I can do better each and every day as a father, as a husband, as a, you know, a leader. So yeah, that was definitely my highlight. And I, you know, I'm hoping to be able to put something together to do some sort of workshops with Mr. Bacon there, and get more people around him and just get that energy and um, you know, make an impact.
Yeah. And that's the perfect word, his impact.
Yeah.
He always says, you know, I'm not a motivational speaker. I don't
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
title.
That's BS.
But at the end of the day, you know, he's a teacher. The way
Yes.
he speaks, the way he talks, how knowledgeable he is, he's a teacher, and he's doing it naturally. He's
Yep.
honest, but he does it in a very nurturing way, and I think that makes him so special. And he sits there and he thinks, well, I don't want to be a motivational speaker. Well, the way you deliver your message and the way you talk to people, it motivates them. It makes them want to run through
Yeah.
a fucking wall. So
Yeah.
yeah, you are motivating people, but you're teaching people because his lessons, they stick with you, and you think about
Yeah.
these things and you recognize these things in your life. Even after the interview portion, we talked to him for probably a half an hour, another hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You just stayed
I
on.
asked him about hockey and just mentioning, you know, I still play, but it still bugs me sometimes and I get upset and I still worry about it. And he goes, yeah, you're a perfectionist. He says, I'm a recovering perfectionist. And then he starts talking about all these traits and he's just describing me perfectly. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So how do I deal with it? And he goes, well, who cares? Move on. Stop caring so much about it. Like you're doing it for you. And so I think
Yeah.
about that all the time. Like his
Yeah.
words just stick in my mind because he's just,
Yeah.
yeah, he motivates
I
people that
know.
well. So
I know.
if we can find a way to keep, you know, keep chatting with him and work with him, he's just going to help so many men and women in this industry.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, I reached out to him about just some personal training and stuff too. I need to pull the trigger on something, but yeah, just great guy. You know, like you said, so giving of his time too. He just stayed on and chatted with us for a long time. If you have that recorded, you need to send that to me. I want to go
The whole
back and
thing,
listen to.
yeah, we
Yeah, I mean,
should.
I need to go back and listen to everything that he had to say. Just, you
Mhm.
know, that's the way my brain works is, you know, I need a reminder there that I can listen to because we talked about so many different things and he was just amazing. Even my wife, you know, she got a lot out of it. I told her, I'm like, you gotta listen to this guy. She's got a small team. She's a leader of people in her position. And, you know, she came home after listening to it and she showed me she's got like this full page of notes that she
Wow.
took just from that. You know, it's applicable across so many different roles. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a superintendent, if you're a CEO, if you're a sales manager, whatever you are. It's just there are just so many lessons from that hour-long conversation or whatever that we put out. It just yeah, it certainly sticks on my mind. But then, you know, like you said, we had the opportunity this year to speak with so many influential people in this industry. Yeah, I mean, the longevity of those for anyone that's getting into this business, you know, to be able to go back and hear from guys like you mentioned, you know, Jay-Z, Paul Latshaw, and the list goes on that, you know, that we had on the show this year. It's just, it's invaluable, you know, as a young person in this industry or as a veteran in this industry. You know, doesn't matter how long you've been in this business, you're going to pick up something from someone else. And that's the great thing about this business and the way that this business operates from pure interaction. You're going to gain something. And we've been so very fortunate to have some incredible guests come on and share their experience, talk about their leadership style, talk about how they got to where they are, and give advice to the next generation, or like I said, the guy that's been in this business for 20 plus years. You know, it's yeah, we've had a hell of a run.
It's been a busy year, and
Yeah.
it's great to get all the advice about our jobs and about the future and things you can try. But one of the things that really resonates with me is the worldly and the life advice that we get.
Yeah.
I feel like I've become a better person, a better friend, a better husband, a better father just by going through all these interviews and learning about these guys. And you know, they've all gone through tough experiences. I watched
Yep.
this video the other day that changed the way I think about things. And this guy said, I don't want people working for me that are clean. He said, I don't want all this. I've done everything I possibly can to be the best person. He said, I want people that have gone through bullshit. I want people that have worked through things, that have become better, that have had tough times. He said, I trust people like that because they
Yeah.
know how to work hard. They know how to push and persevere. And I
Yeah.
that
Builds
resonated with me
character.
so much because that is our industry, right? That
Yeah.
is those are the types of guys that have fought to get the job they have, or they've worked so hard to have this career that it's not just been handed to them. It's not something they've just fallen into. It's they've had tough times and they've come back, and now they're living proof that you can do what you want to do and take care of your family. And all right, that's we see that
Yeah.
across our industry all the time. And I'm so,
Yep.
so proud that we can be here to help with all of that and put these stories out and talk to different people. And, if we can change one person's life or help with one little thing you have going on, then I feel like we've done our job. And we're very, very
Yep.
fortunate to be in these seats like we always talk about. And I can't wait for next year, man. It's going to be a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, just like you were saying, I mean, people that have gone through stuff and in this industry, you're obviously going to go through a lot. You're dealing with variables that are completely out of your control. So having that experience, that life experience, it goes a long way within this industry because again, weather totally out of your control.
Hmm.
There's so many variables dealing with people and staff members that you have no control what happens outside the gates. And a lot of times, on 200-acre plus properties, it's tough to have
Yeah.
control what happens inside your gates too. But just having that life experience already where you've already overcome challenges, it certainly prepares you to be successful in this career. And like you said, everyone has it. Everyone
Hmm.
everyone goes through something. We never know what everyone else is or what someone else is going through. And um, the more you're able to kind of keep that in mind is gonna kind of help you be a more patient person, a better leader. And just kind of thinking back through your own challenges and how you got through it, it's gonna help you be a little more empathetic with the other people on your teams.
Yep, you said it. Well, before we go, I just wanted to ask you one personal question just about the year. What was one thing you did outside of work this year that you're really proud of?
Got rid of my putting green.
Yeah?
No, no, I'm not proud of that.
No.
I'm not proud of that at all. I don't know. It's that's a tough question to answer, and I don't know if this is kind of taking the easy way out, but I'm really proud of my kids. Really proud of my kids, and you're going to get there one day too. You've got your kids are much younger, but mine are of the age right now where they're having to think long term. My oldest is a senior and he's having to think about, all right, well, what's next? He's not there yet. He's already checked some things off the list that he doesn't want to do. Um, but just seeing the maturation of my kids and kind of helping them foster their own passions has just been incredibly rewarding. My oldest is really into hockey and photography, which is really cool. He takes all my gear, which was a little frustrating at
Yeah.
times, but he takes my high zoom lens all the time. It's basically become his, but just seeing his passion, his development there, his Instagram page has just gone gangbusters, with his sports photography and stuff like that. And then my two middle kids are just really into lacrosse and watching their development there. Their improvement just over the last 12 months has been phenomenal. My son Ethan, got selected for one of the traveling teams, which basically means that he's one of the top players at his position in the state. And that's pretty incredible for me to see that he's only been playing it for 2 years and he's already one of the top in the state. And then my stepson, who's 14, just picked it up last year, and just the improvement that he's made, and helping him foster that, encourage him to go out and practice, sharing videos, whatever it is. I mean, obviously, I think they're doing it on their own. I don't, other than going out and pass with them from time to time, it's not much I can do. But seeing that development is just something I'm really proud of, and I think there's no greater legacy one can leave on this planet than raising good humans. And talked about my three sons and my stepdaughter as well. Seeing she's still kind of making her path right now, but just raising respectful humans is what I'm most proud of for sure right now. Even though you
Nice.
want to smack them around a lot, but
Good days and bad days.
that's
Yeah.
part of it. How about you? What's something you're really proud of this year?
Yeah, I mean it's a tough one to answer, I think, because we don't really work a 9 to 5. So, our schedules are all over the place. I feel, especially with Instagram, I feel like I'm always kind of working, always looking for stuff, always, trying to find that next thing to post or that next thing to highlight. And so it's been a very busy year, and I also work, probably 25 hours a week at the golf course. So that eats up a lot of time. So I'd say just holding it all together. You know, just
There's a lot to be
going
said for that, buddy.
going day by day, week by week, making sure we get everything done. My wife's quite active with the kids. We like to do lots of different things on nights open or weekends. So we just have a very, very busy schedule. And, you mentioned earlier, we moved this year to be closer to the kids' school and church and the golf course and stuff like that. So, working a couple of jobs, especially one that's very dynamic, and then, moving. My wife was coming off of mat leave. Our daughter just turned 1. She's going to preschool now. Our son just started kindergarten. So it's been a very big transition for us. And I feel like we're kind of coming out the other end of it now. And I'm pretty proud of the way we've sort of held it all together. So it's, you have big transitional years sometimes in your life. And this has certainly been one of them for us. And yeah, we missed the odd show here and there from the move, or being too busy. So it's always sucks to miss a week. But at the end of the day, I feel like we did a pretty good job this year with everything with our sponsors and our show, and us getting together a few times. And yeah, it's
Yeah, we got to do that again.
yeah.
You did a great job, man. I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to be on this show with you, Adam. You really do a great job of putting all this stuff together and keeping it relevant. You ask great questions and just great voice for this industry. It's an honor to be a part of this show and excited for the future. And that kind of leads me to my question for you: is what is the future of Turf Today?
So, interesting. Well, we do we do have a plan. So 2026 is going to be very similar to how it was this year, but going into 2027, we have started a plan. There will be something that gets launched, and it's going to be pretty big, and next step for Turf Today. So cannot talk about that yet,
Oh,
but
I'm
2027,
intrigued.
there
I'm
is something
intrigued.
coming. Thank you to yourself, Brian. You've been a fantastic addition to this podcast. We had an awesome year. The amount of people you're able to bring on, the amount of friends you have in the industry, certainly helps the show. You as well ask a lot of very insightful questions, and I'm very, very excited for what's to come. I've worked with a lot of different people in my life and had a lot of different teammates, and I really, really love working with you and really, really respect you as a friend and as a work partner. You guys have listened to us ramble for long enough now. It's been a fantastic year. We really appreciate everything that you guys do, reaching out and helping push the show along. Also to all of our sponsors that help us do what we need to do. It's we can't thank everybody enough for everything. So get some rest over the next few weeks. Get ready for January. We are going to be back in January leading up to the 100th anniversary of the GCS AA. So everybody will be celebrating at the conference. We cannot wait for that. If there's anything that comes up between now and then and you need help, reach out to us.
Yeah, thanks to all of our listeners. Thanks to all of our partners. And again, thanks to you, Adam. Thanks for steering the ship.
You got it, buddy. Enjoy your turkey sandwich this afternoon. Enjoy Black Friday, and we'll jump on here again soon.
All right, man. Be good.
Okay, take care. That's going to do it for the season. We'll be back in 2026. Thank you so much for listening. Everybody, keep those reels sharp, be safe, and have a happy holiday season here in December. We love you all, and we'll be back soon.
Been doing okay. Tell me your secrets. Do you ever feel like running away? Can you hear the whispers echo through your radio waves? times you always felt better.